Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Funabashi Arena. This is the Chiba Jets taking on UTSUNOMIYA BREX in the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Well, Chiba Jets flying high in this competition. They have had a wonderful season so far against the team that went all the way last season and has had a real struggle. Time is running out on UTSUNOMIYA BREX if they want to make it back to the postseason. Obviously, getting on track today against a very good Chiba Jets team is not going to be easy. As you look at the standings, you can see Chiba right up at the top at 34-4. And it's a team, obviously, with John Patrick that has just been sensational. UTSUNOMIYA down in 5th place, and just a lot of space to go, a lot of teams to leapfrog over if they want to get into the playoff hunt. You got the top 2 teams from each district plus the best 2 other place teams, and right now it's not looking good for their chances. But as you say in sports, you take it one day at a time, and you may as well not look too far ahead. You might as well just focus on what you have in front of you, and that'll be the plan, no doubt, for Norio Sasa's team. How do you explain a team's struggles after reaching the top just one season to go? Well, every season is different. For this Chiba Jets team, it is loaded with Yuki Togasha, Vance Law, Sato, Hara, Mooney. What I really like about them, they've got great players coming off the bench as well with Smith, Nishimura, Takahashi, Orao, and Ogawa, Yoneyama. But with Sato, Hara, Mooney, Law, and Tagashi in that starting 5, where John Patrick does so well is he gets his guys to play defense. They play hard for 40 minutes, and that's why they've been so successful this year. For UTSUNOMIYA BREX, a lot of the same faces from last season: Makoto Yajima, Yusuke Endo, Ikaruga, and then you've got Jarrett this season, Josh Scott, one of the real battle-hardened veterans, then Kasai Yang, Takeuchi, Araya, Takashima, Watanabe, and of course Isaac Fotu, the New Zealand international. So here is a look back at the last time these 2 teams met. And without a doubt, Shudahara having a terrific game. See the matchup with Hiyajima, those 2 guys, what their averages are. Hiyajima really shoots it well from 3-point range. That's no surprise. They're going to need a big performance from him today if they're going to get a win here at the Funabashi Arena. Well, always the case. It's not just the game that everybody's excited about when they come to these B-League games. It's the production. It's the show. And they just do such a wonderful job of getting the fans the complete experience, the pregame, the halftime, in between timeouts, you name it. But it's a real celebration for basketball. And it's not a surprise that the FIBA Basketball World Cup is coming back. It'll be played in Okinawa, one of the groups for the World Cup. Also in the Philippines, obviously, is the main host for the final round and the group phase, as well as Indonesia. But Japan getting the World Cup games to come back. Remember, they hosted it in 2006, arguably the greatest ever World Cup. I think a lot of people would say that it was certainly one of the more dramatic. And the B-League just has really come out of the global pandemic, in a good way. They've been strong even during the pandemic. They handled that well. But now that that is seemingly behind us, this league is thriving. And again, no team is thriving in Japan right now like the Chiba Jets. So you look back at what this team has been able to do. It's been a long time in the league since they dropped a game back in December 11th against Shimane. And since that time, they have reeled off one win after another. They have been pretty much unstoppable and not scraping victories, winning victories convincingly, with the exception of a 71-70 win over Shinshu back on January 22nd. That was really the only close game, and it has been just a real treat for these fans. Remember, when they played UTSUNOMIYA BREX back on October 26th, they won that game 87-58. Alvark Tokyo took one of two from Chiba Jets early in the season. Hiroshima Dragonflies also took one of two from them in November. And Shimane, Susumu Magic, beat them 81-79 back on December 11th. But since that time, they have just been rolling over the opponents. Ibaraki, Kawasaki, Gunma, Crane Thunder, Sanin Neo Phoenix, Seahorses Makawa, Akita, Nagoya, Yokohama, and Nagoya again, Diamond Dolphins, as well as FE Nagoya before that. So here is the starting five. And Chiba Jets, John Mooney, and there he is, John Patrick, who's done such a terrific job, of course. Had been in Japan before, spent the last several seasons coaching in Germany, where his two sons play, actually, at MHP Riesen Lewisburg, and one of the great clubs. They made it all the way to the Final Four last season in the Basketball Champions League, and MHP also in year number 2 under his guidance. So here is a coach that knows what he is doing. For UTSUNOMIYA BREX, their starting five introduced as well. As I mentioned, it's Hiajima, Endo, Ikaruga, Jarrett, and Scott, and Norio Sasa. You got to feel for him coming in, going from being the assistant coach to Ryutsu Anzai, to the head coach, and it was always going to be difficult. How do you follow up a title-winning effort? They're the referees for today's game. You know, to keep that momentum going, you know, it's easier said than done. And I think what John Patrick has been able to do with Chiba has raised a lot of eyebrows to his approach, and perhaps from a defensive standpoint, if you can get stronger defensively as a team, as a unit, and you can utilize, you know, all of your players, you're going to be good. You're going to be tough to handle. So there are the starting fives for both of these teams. So Grant Jarrett wears number 34. They'll be looking for a spark from him in that UTSUNOMIYA BREX team. Coming in averaging over 10 points and 4.3 rebounds. But they've got to shoot it. They don't want to turn the basketball over against Chiba. Jets, that is where they will really hurt you. Yuki Tagashi comes in averaging 14.6 points, 5.9 assists for John Patrick's Chiba Jets. Vic Law comes in at 15.6 points, 8.2 rebounds. And John Mooney, 14.7 points, 12.2 rebounds. He is a double-double machine. We are underway here in the Funabashi Arena. It's Chiba Jets taking on UTSUNOMIYA BREX, and it's BREX that win the opening tip, wearing the white and attacking the basket to the right, and starting things off a turnover. Not what the doctor ordered if you're a fan of UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Good defense from Hijima out on the perimeter. Here's Law. He goes right at Josh Scott, puts it high off the glass, boy. What a finish. Vic Law. Here's Hijima wide open, missing it. And great rebound from Scott. How in the world did he get that? He was boxed out. Now he's taking it down low, back outside to Jarrett. Jarrett puts it on the deck. Drives in and misses. Mooney with the rebound. So already a worrying start here for the BREX. Tagashi to the corner. 3-point shot. And Sato misses, but another chance. Tagashi able to throw it off of Jarrett before the turnover. And with 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock, they're going to have to hurry. Good double team in the corner. Law from downtown, and he has started strong, folks, and that is not good news for BREX. Made a difficult shot inside, high off the glass, and now he has stepped outside with his shot clock winding down and buried a three-pointer. Now a foul on Mooney. And this is where, again, this is where Chiba are very good. They make the opponent feel them on defense. They don't let them have any time. If they give away buckets, it doesn't matter. They will come right back at you even harder the next time down the court. And if they don't, you know that Coach Patrick is going to be calling a timeout. Boy, it's a sea of red in this arena. It is an awesome sight if you're a fan of the Jets. And a second turnover. That pass from Endo, Yusuke Endo, trying to get it to Hijima, and Shuda Ando read it beautifully and came up with the steal. Excuse me, Shuda Hara comes up with the steal. 10.4 points for Hara. And, well, it's not so much a Hara show right now, but it will be a Hara show for this BREX team if they don't put the brakes on this start here for Chiba Jets. Bounce pass. John Mooney puts it up from the stripe, off the back of the iron, and Jarrett with the rebound. They'd like to get Hijima going. Endo to Hijima, makes a difficult catch. Excuse me, this is Endo, and missing it. That was Ikaruga who made the pass. Ikaruga picked, and Tagashi missing, and now this might start a break. And the basketball goes to Chiba Jets. That was good hustle from Mooney, not giving up on it. Penetration drive, and Shudahara puts it up and in. And it's a 7-0 start, 3 minutes into the game, and BREX looking for their first basket. We've got a timeout. And that's just a great take, looking at his options and the full extension with the left hand, so Jarrett could not block the attempt. So Noriya Sasa having to burn a timeout. Well, BREX have not been in bad form, really. They've lost 2 out of their last 3. But before that, they had won 4 consecutive games and 8 of 9. So they've had a tough start here already, though. You don't like to play from behind, especially at the beginning of the game on the road. So the basketball inbounded to Hijima. Scott catches it. Scott takes the contact. And when you're struggling, I like it. Get it inside, and at bare minimum, get to the free throw line. Had a little bit of a mismatch on Hara, and he takes advantage. Well, coming in for BREX is Takashima. Shooting guard. Only averaging 4.7 points per game, Shinji Takashima, but he is coming in trying to give us spark. Here's Ikaruga from downtown. It ends up being a 4-point trip down the floor. Well, what you can never do is look past the heart of a champion, and despite their struggles, UTSUNOMIYA BREX will be believing that they can get the job done this year, but they need to go on a run, a season-ending run. Here's Hara from downtown, and Jarrett with the rebound. Well, right off the bench, and Takashima socks it to him. They left him open, and he buried it. When the coach makes you the first substitution, you've got to be confident. Law. They share it around. Tagashi with a mazy run, high arcing shot, and Jarrett with the swat. Jarrett gets it to Ikaruga, back to Jarrett, wide open, and Scott with the rebound and put back, and that's a good sign. And it might just be an area where they believe they can have some success on the offensive glass. Josh Scott, one of the great rebounders in the B.LEAGUE. Now the bounce pass, kicked. Smith comes into the game, instant offense, number 34. And also coming into the game is big number 25, the power forward, Arayo. And there is Hara getting in on the act again. Well, it's been a nice response from the BREX. Can they reclaim the lead? And just can't beat themselves like that, passing the ball out around on the perimeter, telegraphing the passes, and I think Scott trying to get on the same page with Takashimi. Three-point shot from Smith right off the bench. Here's a dump to Scott. He's going to be tough to handle. I think we've seen enough, and they've got a lot of ball, but maybe with the follow-through, also got the foul. So Hirohide Araya with the foul, and ties the game. Josh Scott again came in averaging 12.2 points, 10.6 rebounds, 1.9 assists. Struggling a little bit at the line here early. Just 2 of 4. But we're knotted at 9. Smith to Law. Stops, turns to his right. Good job clogging the lane there. And now Ikaruga. Now you'd like him to run some type of play for Ikaruga. He's already hit 1 3. Set him a screen. Here's Endo over to Jarrett, and he lets it fly, and that's a good sign as well. Smoking hot from 3-point range. Grant Jarrett, again, coming in at just over 10 points per game, and a trip has been called. Tagashi slow to get up, just making sure his leg is okay. Watch this. Ooh, was his right knee kind of gave way. That's a bit worrying. And yeah, you don't want to take any chances here. You want to get him off the court, make sure everything is okay. Remember, you're talking about one of your national team point guards as well. Watanabe comes into the game, number 13. And also in the game, Chiba, number 11, just making the pass. As they battle for the rebound, that'll go over to BREX. It's Nishimura, Fumio Nishimura. His stats don't jump off the sheet, but folks, this guy can beat you. And with Tagashi out of the game, John Patrick will be looking for something special from him. Just a steady performance. But hopefully Tagashi will return soon. Watanabe. And Isaac Fotu also in the game. And here's Jarrett launching it. They battle for the rebound. Oh, great work. Great hustle. Araya. Hirohito Araya was going for the basketball. So Gaku Araya goes out. And coming in now is Java Eo Yoneyama. And, oh, great shot. Getting it down low, Mooney. And the basket is good, so he's got an and one. Look at this, Hara. That was a great bounce pass, great catch. Somehow he got that into Mooney, who made the right angle for himself to catch it, being closely guarded there by Fotu. By the way, Java Eo Yoneyama, just 21 years of age, exciting talent, power forward in that Japan national team setup. Played at the Under-19 World Cup in Latvia just 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, in fact. And the tug and the foul. That foul that sent Tagashi out was, I just wanted to wait to confirm it. It was on Takashima. So Hijima back in. Gets it to Scott. Oh, boy, just a strong move. Contact, no call. Good job defensively, Chiba holding their ground. But we're still knotted at 12. Nishimura over to Hara. And Hijima reaches in, gets a lot of ball, but the referee says he also got a little bit of body, a little bit of arm. Hijima's reaction. And I think Shudahara can count himself lucky to be going to the free throw line. That was good defense by Hijima. That can be a tough call for the ref, though. You see an arm swinging down on the basketball from up high.
2 shots.
Jai-Min Yang comes into the game. Wears number 5. And he is a Korea international. And the free throw is good, the second one, so it's 13-12. So Jai-Min Yang actually played for Korea at the under 19 Basketball World Cup back in 2017 in Egypt. And Nishimura's down after a little bit of contact. He's dazed. Have to look back and see what happened. Watanabe misses. Fotu with the rebound. Decides to try to go back up. Good defense. And Nishimura, the second time a point guard has gone down. Here he is. Look, he's guarding Watanabe closely. Fotu called him, and I think he caught him where it hurts. But if you get my drip, no, it looks like he's hurt his knee, so that is not a good sign. How bizarre you would have 2 guards that would pick up knee injuries in 1 quarter of play, but Tagashi thankfully has come back into the game. And shot clock violation. Chiba Jets defense continues to carry this team. Sato back in the game, number 14. Smith goes off his leg, he gets it back. Going up against Jai-Min Yang. Explodes to the basket. Oh, goodness me, what a finish that was from Smith. Great defense, and then Fotu comes up with the basketball, passes to the corner, wide open look. And Jai-Min Yang misses everything, but great hustle again. Nice scrappiness. I mean, that is just a terrific finish with the left hand. It is a grinded out type of game right now as the referee goes over to the bench, and I'm not sure if it's talking about the shot clock possibly putting more time back on to 14. So it's 39.2 seconds to go. So yeah, it was a timing issue. Three-point shot. Not this time for Fotu, really doing a great job in there, battling around, getting the basketball. And another turnover. And again, you got to credit the defense, although that was a little sloppy. Getting our first look at Ogawa. Asato Ogawa comes into the game. Patrick likes to get all of his players minutes, make sure they're in tune and they're ready. Got to be ready when your name is called. Final seconds ticking off. Here is Tagashi missing. Another great rebound for Fotu. They get it off in time. Maybe. Doesn't matter. Doesn't go in. All things considered, good battling effort from BREX. CHIBA, though, on top 15-12 at the end of one. Well, it's good to see Nishimura smiling over there, but he's still kind of holding his knee, and I really wonder if we're going to see him again today. I don't think we will. So that's a blow for Chiba Jets, who rely on him a lot. Great start from Hara, though. Look at him. Whether it's been his scoring or his passing, he has been really effective. Look at that pass right there. I mean, that is a difficult pass to deliver. And that was just solid defense. And Hara sitting out right now, and you can see those numbers. 5 points for Lowell, 5 for Hara, 3 for Mooney. But a low-scoring game so far. And I don't expect that to change. I don't see either of these teams giving much defensively. This is a real slugfest. Here's the three-point shot. You know, the teams aren't shooting it very well either, even when they get some open looks at this point. Araya. And again, another turnover, and Ikaruga doesn't catch it cleanly. It goes into the backcourt. Good defense being offered by Yoneyama. So BREX with the turnover issues. That's their 6th turnover of the game. So far, Chiba Jets have not turned it over once. Three-point look. Law battling away, and Fotu once again wins the day on the boards. He is really carrying this BREX team right now with his work in the paint on the glass. Ikaruga, meanwhile, goes out. So I think the pass to him that just went into the backcourt for the turnover, it must have hit off his pinky. And Watanabe back into the game, as well as Takashima. Takashima in the left corner. Here's Watanabe with the basketball. Shot clock down to 6 for Watanabe. And his pass intercepted. Up the floor it goes. Gawa outside. Law wide open. And that is going to kill you every time. You cannot leave that man open. Watanabe misses it badly. Oh, look at the young fella. Drive in and score! A star is born. Yonoyama going baseline. What a play. Pump fake and just goes right past Endo. Uses the glass. And made the shot despite getting the bump on the baseline. That was a very impressive move and finish. Chiba Jets on a run right now. The game was knotted at 12, and right now they lead it 20-12. Part of the problem has been BREX settling for jumpers. They're not able to get the ball inside. Look at the defense swarming. Once again, they're going to have to settle for a long one. Endo for three. Terrific rebound by Takashimi, but they've got to figure out a way to move the basketball better. Oh, what a catch from Scott. What a catch. Endo for three. That is pure brilliance from Scott, saving it out of bounds, and while he's falling out of bounds, having the wherewithal to pass it to Endo, who has to make that shot, and he does. Great hustle. Diving on the floor, forcing the turnover from Watanabe. And there's Scott. And we are seeing some grit today from BREX. Great hustle, great play. Giving Chiba Jets a little bit of their own medicine. Gawa. Over to Law. Steps back, gets it to Mooney. He drives in, puts up a very difficult shot. Terrific stuff for BREX. Here they come. They can tie it with a three. Now Scott harangued. And another difficult save, and this time not successfully. Yonoyama has it. BREX, now it's Tagashi taking the three, doing him a favor. I mean, really, BREX, if you get the double team, somebody's got to be open. John Patrick thinking that they were going to call an offensive foul, but they called the foul on Chiba. So Sato and Hara coming back into the game. So timeout on the court. Let's go down to the huddle. So, you know, Gavin Edwards today for CHIBA Jets, he's wearing sweats over on the sideline, and that's a very important player not to have in your team no matter what, but not able to go today. But how exciting is it to see this CHIBA Jets team play with Yoneyama, for example? What a talent. He's exciting. So Grant Jarrett back in the game, number 34. They pass it around. Once again, Endo. They can tie it with a three. Endo lets it fly. It's off the front of the iron. Watanabe fouled Law. I like the energy that Watanabe is bringing to the table today for the BREX. And I think that's a blow for him to have to leave the game. And it's imperative that that backcourt keep up that same energy. Tough drive, great defense from Jarrett. Here's Endo again. He's not going to settle. He's going to go all the way for the layup and pulling it, the BREX to within 1 point. Remember, this is a CHIBA Jets team that is far and away the best team in the regular season. They haven't lost since early December. And great defense once again, just 5 on the shot clock. And I don't know what Nori Sassa said to his players, but these guys are playing with a lot of heart today. They are coming out and really giving it. Here's Smith. He's going to have to launch it. Step back for three. You can count it. There's absolutely no defense for that. Smith has made a couple of really tough shots today, as has Law for that matter. I think you just have to tip your hat to them. And the dump, great work, getting it inside, and that is the message. We'll give up some difficult shots. There's nothing we can do about it, but when we get the ball, let's go down and get it to the heart and soul of our team. That man right there, Josh Scott. Get him the rock and let him go to work. Timeout has been called. You think about the hunt for the playoffs, and again, when you look at the standings, you gotta really believe that this BREX team needs to win out the rest of their games to give themselves a shot. As you look at the scoring for CHIBA Jets, Law with 8 points, but good balance. But the one thing I will repeat, CHIBA have made some very difficult shots, and that's to their credit. But if you have to keep making difficult shots, you know, eventually you're not going to make them. And BREX, meanwhile, has been able to stay within touch, trailing by just 2 points. What an exciting game today in the Funabashi Arena. 3-point shot, Tagashi! Well, that's money in the bank for him. We saw him miss an earlier three, but he's going to get his threes ultimately. And that goes back to a 5-point lead. Ikaruga. Back outside. Jarrett. This time working it for the perimeter game instead of going inside, and they don't make it. Good hands, Jarrett, though. It's frustrating for Jarrett because when they run a play for him, he knows they're counting on him to knock down that three-point shot. It's something that he does. It's one of the reasons why he plays in this league. Now it's all about getting a stop. Oh, they inbound it to Law. Scott not able to stay with him, and just the quickness and the length of Law, Vic Law, laying down the Law. And the lead is now grown to 7 points. It's just so difficult against this Chiba Jets team. I've talked about them making difficult shots, but now they're making some easier ones. Yeah, you just hate to give away that on an inbounds. That's almost a cardinal sin. You cannot give away a layup on an inbounds play. So they have made some mistakes. Here's Jarrett taking it down low. Oh, boy, that was a strong, impressive, graceful finish. Power, finesse. Laying it off the glass. Tagashi just nailed a three-pointer. What's he going to do? Gives it to Sato, the pump fake. He drives in. Jarrett tries to block it, but Sato made a strong move. Ikaruga. Pressure in the corner. And they're able to pass it. They get it to Jarrett. And again, he misses from deep. And Smith, with that power, goes up and gets the rebound. So Mooney back into the game. And I think what frustrates me a little bit about BREX sometimes on offense, they spread the court, but they need to have a little bit more movement. Players cutting to the basket. There's a bounce pass into Mooney right off the bench. And the lead now 9 points. It's all going horribly wrong here. Late in the second quarter. The points have dried up for BREX. And really we're seeing the best execution that we've seen from Chiba Jets all game long. Scott. Well, he goes up, and that was a terrific play. Taking one for the team. The pump fake. And unsportsmanlike foul. I mean, the only reason why you call that an unsportsmanlike is if you're not playing the ball when you come down and you're wrapping him up. He bit on the pump fake. There's no question about the foul. The question is, when he came down, was he going for the basketball? And also, does it become a dangerous play? I think they've got it right. I think that's just a little too physical and a little too much. If they wave it off, I wouldn't be surprised, but I can see why they made that an unsportsmanlike foul. And that's an important play by Josh Scott. If he can make these two free throws and BREX can get another bucket, it'll be a big trip down the floor right at the time when everything has been going horribly wrong. So in the end, they decided not to call it. They decided that he was going for the basketball. He did bite on the pump fake, so there was nothing he could do about it. He was already off his feet. And that's good refereeing. You know, you go over, you review, you get a long look at it, and you decide it was not an unsportsmanlike. And instead of having a huge trip down the floor on this possession, the best they can do is get 1 point, which they do. So from potential 5-point trip or 4-point trip, you get 1 point. That hurts. Hara drives in. A little bit of a crazy shot. How in the world did they not turn the basketball over there? Bodies all over the place. And I think they missed a trip there. Araya looked like he was tripped by Hara. So I think now as Ogawa comes back into the game, it's imperative to get some touches for this guy right here, but get it down low. Fotu, Josh Scott has been carrying him, but Fotu needs to get involved. Here he is, posting up. He gets it, he scores, and the foul before the shot. I like it. They've got to ride big Isaac Fotu for a while. I mean, even Chris Smith is as good as he is on both ends of the floor. It's going to be, I think, tough competing against Fotu on that low block. I mean, that should be a battle that Fotu wins. Now he misses a free throw. And it's been this kind of season for BREX. You know, they've had games where they've actually played well, but then their free throw shooting lets them down, and it has let them down today. They're now 3 of 7 at the line. And fortunately for him, Law was not able to knock it off the rim. So at least they get one, and it's back to a 7-point game. It's all about stops right now for BREX. Can CHIBA reclaim the momentum here? Tagashi for 3. That was long. And Ikaruga off to the races as he gets the long rebound. Oh, Ikaruga got away with the charge there, I think. 3-point shot. Oraya and Fotu goes up, and the basketball goes over to CHIBA. Boy, it sure looks to me like he lowers his shoulder here against Tagashi. Well, I think possibly Tagashi made it look worse, the contact, than it was. Hara puts it up a little too hard, and another chance for BREX. Oh, fell asleep. Ogawa comes up and takes the ball away from Endo. Ogawa for 3, banks it in. That's about as painful a sequence as you're going to see in any basketball game. All credit to Ogawa. He gets the steal, then he banks in a 3-pointer. Nice turn and basket from Ikaruga. But what a play that was from Ogawa. The previous trip down the floor. He gets the steal. And those turnovers have been costly today. Here he is again. This time no glass, and he makes another one. What a contribution late in the first half. Final seconds ticking off the clock. And again, Ogawa knocks it away. And Fotu able to get it, but not able to knock it down. And Asato Ogawa hears the applause as he goes off the court. 6 points from him right at the end of the first half, and his team leads it. Chiba Jets on top, 38-27 over Utsunomiya BREX. So Chiba Jets on top here at halftime, and here's a look back at how they did it. It was a very interesting first half. Chiba scoring the game's first several points, and finally, the visitors, the BREX, found their range, hit some shots. Ikaruga hit a big three-pointer, and then they started to go down low to Josh Scott. There's just not a lot you can do about that drive right there, the way that Smith was able to finish, but especially the three-point shots that they made. Just terrific shots. I mean, this is one that you can't give away. His feet are set, wide open. And Indo, I don't know if he's expecting help, but generally you don't give away the baseline. This is a very tough shot. Hand in the face, fading, still hits the three. You just got to tip your hat to Chris Smith there. Just an excellent player. And that is the one from Tagashi that hurt. But really the sequence that hurt the most, as we look at this hurt, giving away an inbounds pass layup. That was nice by Jarrett. The one that really hurt was right at the end of the game when Ogawa came up with a steal. And then he hits a three-pointer. So a couple of three-pointers for Ogawa right at the end of the first half. This is the second. And I could have been wrong. He may not have banked in the previous. But even so, just excellent contribution. And you got to give John Patrick credit for putting those players in. Not household names yet, coming out and delivering. He likes the players that are hungry, that have a point to prove, and Ogawa helping in both senses, both on defense and offense. And you look at the numbers, three-point shooting, thanks to Ogawa right at the end, and Tagashi, 6 of 16 for Chiba Jets, which is acceptable. 3 of 16 is just horrendous for BREX. And they've been taking a lot of last-second threes before the shot clock wound down. Inside as well, 7 of 12 for BREX, 9 of 16 for Chiba Jets. And the free throws, even that's been poor for BREX, just 4 of 8 at the line. And some of the other leaders you've got from a point standpoint, Law with a game-high 10 points, 9 points for Scott, 6 rebounds for Scott, a couple of assists for Indo, 2 for Tagashi, and surprisingly 3 rebounds. Leading the way. Also 3 rebounds for Mooney. Just 1 turnover for Chiba Jets. That's an important stat, whereas BREX have been plagued by turnovers. They've turned it over 9 times, and that's often what happens to teams that play this Chiba Jets team. They turn it over. And really, it doesn't matter who scores the points, but when you've got a talent like Makoto Hiyajima, he's attempted 1 shot. He's played 3.5 minutes. He hasn't scored. He's -7 efficiency. He's got a couple of fouls. You got to get some production. You're talking about one of your main guys. You know, you're talking about an all-star. So from that sense, in that sense, you know, some obvious improvement can be expected, and Hijima can help this team here in the second half. But the onus is on him, and the onus is on his teammates. You know, they've got to do better moving off the ball, getting some looks, cutting to the basket. Second half action is underway here at the Funabashi Arena. 38-27, Chiba Jets on top, and it's imperative again with this, and that is just inexplicable. What is going on with Hijima? He can't turn the basketball over. He's got to catch it, and it's got to frustrate Norio Sasa. You're not just talking about one of the best players in your team. You're talking about one of the best players in Japan, really, Hijima. Here's the drive, and Mooney gets the layup. 13 points to lead. Endo. Oh, beautiful pass to Jarrett. Goes to work against Law. Well, Jarrett's got some skills. Length, skills. Probably not the quickest player, but nevertheless, he does so many things well. Mooney, turn around, passes, batted away. Good job, Ikaruga. Defense forcing the turnover. Hijima with the runner, nice pass. Great job and great decision by Hijima to get it to Scott, who established his position. Sato's been quiet today. Law spins. Beautiful move. 5-cent finish. And the bump and the foul on Sato. Hijima. Again, the ball in his hands. Plenty of time on the shot clock. He's going to take it, drive. He's going to get it back, pump fake. And much better from Hijima. Used the pump fake. I thought he might pass it back out. Chiba Jets probably expecting him to pass it back out, and here he is. And again, it was the pump fake that got Mooney off his feet. And 9 times out of 10, when you see a player leave his feet, even if he has that much size advantage, the referees are going to blow the whistle. So great pump fake by Hijima. And after that turnover to start the second half, he's looked like the Makoto Hijima of old. And that's one thing that you don't want to see if you're John Patrick. You don't want to see Makoto Hijima having some success, because he can get on a roll. Tagashi dribbles into the paint. Out to Law. Back to Tagashi. Oh, he gets rejected by Ikaruga. Not in your house. Here's Law. Shot clock about to expire. Oh, rattles out. A break for the BREX. Ikaruga comes down and a tale of two bounces. His ball rattles out, but then falls in. And Ikaruga with the shot rejection and then coming down and hitting a three-pointer, and how quickly the game of basketball can change. It actually went off of the backboard. And the basketball gods smiling on UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Finally, timeout Chiba Jets. So Scott with 11 points, Jarrett with 7, and both Endo and Ikaruga with 5 points. And also, crucially, Hijima, even though he just has 2 points, starting to get into the flow of the action, also has an assist. Strangely, was not given a turnover in the official scoring right at the start of the second half when the ball went off of his hands. That could be adjusted later. It may be that they gave it to the passer, but that was definitely should be a turnover on Hijima. Scott has really battled today. 6 rebounds to go with his 11 points. And the BREX right back in it. And I'm wondering if we're going to see a Gawa again. Here's Law. Will they make the commitment now to go inside? Chiba Jets over to Mooney. Back outside to Tagashi. Outside, nope, they're quite happy to launch the 3, and they get it from Sato. Well, coming out of the timeout, you love to see execution like that. Dangerous pass. Jarrett picks it up. Hijima to Scott. Scott goes right at Mooney. Outside to Ikaruga. Good defense. Oh, boy, cool as you like Ikaruga. He's playing like a champion right now. Odds are he will not be a champion at the end of the season, but right now he is a defending champion. Behind the back to Mooney. Passes up the deep shot. Takes it right inside. And Scott does just enough to prevent the basketball from falling. Probably got away with a foul there. Looks like he maybe had some contact on Mooney's right arm. Here's Law. Into the corner. 3-point shot from Sato. Not this time, but the long rebound. And Law puts it up and he misses. And it's going to stay at this end. And right now it's a challenge trying to get a defensive rebound. Takashima coming back into the game for BREX. Here's Law, and they hold their ground, and traveling is the call, and somehow, some way, UTSUNOMIYA BREX escape without giving up points. Pass down low to Jarrett. And they turn it over. Well, I think if he'd just gone up strong, he would have had a chance. Tagashi for 3. Boy, those strong hands of Josh Scott come down with the basketball. Now, Hijima again drives in. Beautiful play, Hijima! And 1. Just a completely different player here in the second half, feeling the sense of urgency, making sure he gets the contact and can just sticks with it, keeps that focus, that concentration, follows the ball all the way into the hoop. And this is what Hijima can do. And it's, you know, he will get hot from outside, but he also has the ability to put the ball on the deck and go to the basket, which we've now seen a couple of times in this third quarter. Does not make the free throw, however. That hurts. Well, sprinting down the court UTSUNOMIYA back in the game. So they spread the court. Hara to Chris Smith, who's back in the game. Presents a different challenge. He gets over on the baseline and nails it. He's just automatic. 7 points. When the going gets tough, Chris Smith gets going, and that is the truth. Here goes. Oh, nice pass here, Chima to Scott. And much better execution. Just got to find different ways to get the basketball inside. Don't settle. Takahashi almost. Excuse me, it was Takashima almost coming up with the steal. This is Smith. Look at this. Not an easy play. He's got Scott and Ikaruga on him, and he just goes up and nails it. So that foul on Josh Scott. Smith again from the top. And again, another long rebound. Hara bounce pass to Mooney, and he's fouled. Jarrett thought he had all ball, but a couple of calls have gone against Mooney, and this time he gets one. Probably if they don't blow the whistle, he scores with a putback anyway. So Jarrett whistled for the foul. That's his first. So Mooney now 1 of 2 at the line today. Takes his time and gets 1 of 2. So now 2 of 3, and it's 46-42. Isaac Fotu comes back in. Fotu has to come out and play exactly as he did when he came in the second quarter, or when he played in the second quarter. He now has to be the man that really takes over inside. And his teammates need to get him the basketball. Remember, Nishimura not available after leaving with a knee injury. Here he is. Fotu gets it, goes up, short little jump hook. That is money in the bank right there, folks. I mean, if you've got Fotu, he's only got 3 points in the game. Just like you needed Hijima to step up, you need Fotu to really start contributing from a point standpoint, and he can do it. So back to a 2-point game. Hara. So many times today, Chiba Jets have been able to hit big shots to stem the flow, to slow the momentum. And Smith will now inbound the basketball. So they do call the foul on Araya. Gaku Arayo back in the game. Number 25 played just over 2 minutes in the first half. Here's Smith. And he gets a kindly roll on the second. So the lead goes back to 4. They've got to value these possessions. BREX, they've done a great job of coming back. And it feels like you need to get the basketball back to, oh, he had Hijima, but he couldn't get him the basketball on the cut to the basket. Now Fotu double teams. And Hijima has it knocked out of his hands. He has to put it up. Now Smith. And he is fouled a long way from the basket. So Takashima picks up the personal. That is now the 4th team foul in this quarter. So they will be shooting free throws, hence 4th. There's Endo trying to charge up his teammates. Haven't seen Watanabe here in the second half. He will bring a spark as well. Norio Sasa picking the moment when to bring him back. Hara drives out to Tagashi. Oh, Tagashi again. He loves that spot on the court. He hit it from that very spot on the other end in the first half. And the lead goes back to 7. Endo picks up the dribble. He's vulnerable. The reach. Chiba Jets really reaching. Endo, oh, great play to Fotu. Goes up with the left hand. You got to ride it. You got to get it to the big fella. I keep saying, get it to Fotu. Hara spins. And the foul before the shot. He'll get a couple free throws because they are now over the limit. That was just a great spin. Great spin from Shuto Hara. He's got 5 points in the game. And it's a very good chance he'll have 7 after this. Ikaruga comes back in the game for Araya.
Two shots.
They are now 6 of 8 as a team at the free throw line. And this is that, and I feel like these are must-makes here for the BREX. Fotu wants to catch it lower. Here he goes, and he is fouled. So Arayo picks up the personal, and that is the 4th team foul on Chiba Jets. Uh-oh, here he is, the star at the end of the second quarter, coming back into the game. Ogawa. Ogawa is good, solid player. 6 points. Had that big steal and 2 threes. Three-point attempt. No. And they go to the other end and score with Hara. That is 5-point swing, and the lead goes back to 8 points. And now Watanabe, who's come back into the game, turns it over. And again, it's Ogawa who continues to make plays, both on offense and defense. Oh, good job defensively that time, forcing Hara into a turnover. And really for BREX, I mean, they have got to get some production here at the end of this third quarter. They did so well to close the gap to 2 points. Endo crosses midcourt. Outside, Watanabe. And now the foul in the backcourt is going to put Chris Smith on the line. That's a mental mistake right there. Takashima can't make that play. So he's going to go out, and Hijima is going to come back in. They've really been their own worst enemy today, BREX, as has been the case a lot of the season. They've got 12 turnovers, 6 of 11 at the free throw line, and making fouls like that, or committing fouls like that, not a good situation. Although they do get bailed out with Smith missing the free throw. It's his first miss of the day. He's now 2 of 3. Wow, he missed both, but they failed to get the rebound. Smith just missed 2 free throws, and now he misses a 3. And again, the ball bounces over Scott. One of the benefits of missing a three-point shot, often you have that long rebound. And Arayo is in the right place at the right time. Gaku Arayo. Now the bounce pass. And Smith is going to go back to the free throw line, having been fouled by Hijima.
Two shots.
And having missed a couple, now he makes one. But just one of the two, but nevertheless beats BREX to the basketball. That just can't happen for BREX. Great hustle from Smith. Pass down low and nowhere to go, and they simply cannot get the basketball back. And I believe as you look at the replay, looked like he called it out when he was still out of bounds, possibly. So Yoneyama not able to corral it. The lead is 9. Well, Chiba Jets had plenty of opportunities to extend the lead further. Fotu tries to get to Scott. He does, but he loses his position. He ends up putting up a jump shot. Had no choice. And all the way down the court, missing. Ogawa. And this time a kick. Well, we haven't seen Ogawa put a foot wrong today until that, but I guess having to score over Fotu was not easy. That's when a big guy like Fotu doesn't get the block, but he should get credit for a block because his presence affected the shot. Here is the inbounds pass. 14 on the shot clock. Chiba should get it back. Get to Fotu. Oh, double team comes. Somebody's got to be open. And great block from Ogawa, but he can't control it. But I think because the end of the shot clock came, as Kohei Kasai desperately tries to get it up. They want to see how much time is left, if there is, in fact, any time left on the shot clock. Yeah, just a great block. And I guess he never actually had possession, so that would still technically be possession for Utsunomiya BREX. So they're gonna put some time on the shot clock here. How much?
ショットクロック残り3秒から宇都宮ボールで6点再開となります。
And John Patrick wants to be clear how much time they're going to put on the shot clock. So they're going to put 3 seconds. That's looks like a break to me. I didn't think there was that much time. Kasai's going to inbound it. And foul called on Chiba Jets defending it. So real break here for BREX right at the end. The foul called on Yoneyama. A hold. Tagashi comes back in. And Hijima scores again. Again, you just go back to some of the little things, the missed free throws, the turnovers. Those have been really costly for BREX today because they're only trailing by 7 points. So Hijima sits down for the end of the quarter. See if BREX can get a stop on defense. Tagashi going up against Endo. It's go time. Chris Smith gets open for three, and he's fouled while shooting a three. Could not have gone any better for Chiba Jets right at the end of this possession. Unbelievable. You got to get a hand in the face, but if you're Yang, Giant Man Yang, you can't come in and foul for a potential 4-point play. That is a disaster. And he does indeed complete the 4-point play. I'm not sure that was the result that Norio Sasa was looking for when he brought Hijima out of the game. Yang catches it. He's got to launch it. He does. And tough finish to the third quarter for BREX. And again, just mental mistakes. Smith continuing to produce in big moments. Chiba Jets lead it 59-48, 10 minutes remaining. This Chiba Jets team is, remember, playing without Gavin Edwards today. They're going to go and qualify for the playoffs. And it'll basically be like starting over again. You know, you got the regular season and you got the postseason, and you got to bring it just as much as you did in the regular season. Are they invincible? No. Are they good? Yes, very good, Chiba Jets. Because their defense makes life very awkward, and they've got players that can come in, any number of players. Smith comes off the bench and can take over a game offensively. Tagashi can get hot. Law, we've seen. Mooney can dominate at times. And then just a whole cast of characters that we've seen today come in and make a big difference for this team. But it's all about their approach, and almost a turnover here at the start of the fourth quarter. Ikaruga could have used a steal and fast break there, but he doesn't get it. Tagashi steps back. Smith again, a full meter behind the arc. And talking about suddenly the best player in the court, that is Chris Smith. 17 points. Followed up his 4-point play with another 3. Entry pass. And Fotu asking for an unsportsmanlike. So, as good as he is on offense, he makes a smart play on defense as well, Chris Smith. Here's the handoff. Hijima gets it to Fotu. Well, that's where they've been really good. Now the question is, can they put the brakes on this offense for Chiba Jets? Law's been quiet. He's got it. He goes in and somehow scores with the left hand, closely guarded by Fotu. The harder the shot, the better Law is, I've decided. That's 3 times today he's made very difficult shots. Hijima gets it down low to Scott. So now Mooney comes back in and Chris Smith goes out. Endo open. Fotu chases it down. Hijima for 3. That's good. Well, that was one of those shots that you're open and you're a player like Hijima, you simply must make if your team is going to make a run. Here's Law. Over to Hara for 3. Gets it right back. Is there anything more deflating for a team that's chasing, that's trying to come back from a big deficit, than to hit a 3-pointer only for the opponent to go right to the other end and stroke it from deep? I suggest no. Chiba Jets, you might have the best team once again in Japan this season. It certainly looks like you do right now, and it remains to be seen if you'll have the best team in the postseason. I see no reason why not. They were the B.LEAGUE champions in 2021. They're the B.LEAGUE Emperor's Cup finalists last season. And you have to think that with their lineup, as deep as they are, multiple options, there might not be a team that can stop Chiba Jets. Certainly nobody has stopped them in the regular season. I mean, their 30-4 record is mighty impressive. And that's why you see that sea of red here in the arena today, the Funabashi Arena. They believe they have got the team to beat. Jarrett back in the game, and they're very lucky not to turn it over there. Hiyajima, the defense picking up for Chiba Jets. Jarrett for three. You can count it. Second three-pointer here in the quarter in a row. He follows up Hiyajima's make and gets it back to an 11-point game. There's a shot on the baseline and a chance to run. Endo has it. And ultimately holds it up. Chiba Jets today, 11 of 28 from three-point range. 5 of 23 for the BREX. And meanwhile, Christopher Smith comes right back into the game, and that's a good move because he is the kind of guy that can basically put paid to a comeback attempt. He was playing well when he left. He's had his breather. Now he's back. Hiyajima. Big possession. They got to get something on this trip. Here's Jarrett, and he loses it as he challenges Mooney. And he's making his move and just did not control his dribble. Turnovers have been a problem. That's the 13th turnover of the day. Now Tagashi, and that is a dagger. The three-pointers are falling for Chiba Jets, and it's back to a 14-point lead. Ikaruga looking for the foul. And Chiba Jets looking like now they're just going to put the finishing touches on an impressive win. Just too many struggles for BREX to overcome. Too many faults. Endo fouls Chris Smith. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Well, the highs and lows of sports, BREX fully understand what that's all about. They beat the Ryukyu Golden Kings last season in the finals 2-0, 2-0, and now another opportunity to stay or to fuel some hopes of getting into the playoffs, being dashed at Chiba Jets with 5:55 remaining. They need more of this, and now they've got to capitalize. They got to score. Vote 2. Endo. Shot clock down to 3. Endo has to put it up. Great box out by Tagashi. Kasai scrambles for the basketball, but not able to get it before it goes out of bounds. Well, no Kai Taves, no Chase Feeler. You wouldn't think that their absences would have coincided with a dip in form for BREX, but obviously no Coach Anzai as well. And Smith missing it. And that's taking nothing away from, that's not a comment on Nora Sasso, but you just look at the differences between this year's BREX team and last year's BREX team, and are they significant in terms of playing personnel? I wouldn't think so. Obviously, it's always a big change when you say goodbye to a coach. But they have just had a struggle since the beginning of the season. It was not the BREX team that we've been accustomed to seeing, and right now they are in trouble on the road at Chiba Jets, the best team in the league. Spin, and the basketball goes off of Ogawa. Endo from three-point range. Well, that's his second three-pointer from 7 attempts, 2 of 7. He now has 8 points. Yusuke Endo. Their best three-point shooters today, Ikaruga, who is 2 of 2, and Jarrett, 2 of 5. Otherwise, it has been a big ask for this team to make some shots today. $11 points the advantage for Chiba Jets. Again, at 30-4, the best record in the B.LEAGUE. Smith, tough catch. Gets it over to Hara. That three-pointer from Hara after the Hiyajima three was huge. And he's right where he likes to be if he's going to attempt another one. Smith gets it to Hara. Puts it up. And another three. That's his spot. He loves it. I think it's easier to hit that shot when you're up by 10 points or more than in a close game, but you got to give him credit. He's hit some big shots today. Shuta Hara. Tough play, Fotu. The foul on Mooney. 4:07. Still not over yet. Still hope. Still hope for the visitors, but Chiba Jets making shots here in the fourth quarter, making it very difficult. Hiyajima coming back into the game. Also, Law coming back into the game, so Mooney goes out. Maybe a little bit more firepower, I think, out on the perimeter with Law. Here's Jarrett. Pulls up and does not score. Grant Jarrett. Law from downtown, and that's a dagger. 17 points, the advantage. And for BREX, you just can't believe it. You played so well for such a long stretch today, but Chiba Jets, when they get on top of you, it's awfully hard to reel them back in. So as we got timeout, Chiba, they'll have a couple of games coming up against Kyoto, then Sendai 89ers, then a couple against Nagata. That'll be away. Ryukyu Golden Kings. That'll be fun. April 1st and 2nd. Gunma Crane Thunders. 2 more with Sendai, Akita, Hokkaido, Ibaraki, Gunma Crane, Alvark Tokyo, and excuse me, I'm reading the wrong one. Chiba Jets. Let's go back and look at that schedule again. Forget what I just said. I don't think I was right, actually. So Hokkaido, Kyoto, Sendai, Niigata. So there's still a lot of games to go, but it's going to be, we'll talk about BREX, what they have coming up. Nice pass, into the corner, good catch, jump shot, and Smith with the rebound. And the steal and the basket, Kasai. We haven't seen much of that today. Next up for the BREX will be Gunma Crane Thunders, Shimane. That's going to be tough. Akita, Sanin, Neo Phoenix, Hitachi, Alvark Tokyo, Ibaraki, Sendai, Gunma Crane Thunders, Hokkaido, Akita, Shiga Lake Stars, and a couple more with Chiba Jets. So it's going to be awfully difficult, and you can see that Sato and Chiba Jets are just not a team that will go away quietly. And certainly if they get on top of you, it's hard to come back. $15 for Law today, 14 for Hara, 17 for Smith. So the foul has put Hijima on the free throw line. And Hijima gets the first to go. So 2 out of the game. Hijima's got 10 points. Mooney from deep. And you can see John Patrick saying, slow it down. No need to take that shot. We have a big lead. Let's use the shot clock. Kasai for 3. Short. So it's going to be a tough journey back home for this UTSUNOMIYA BREX team. Just have to get back to the drawing board. It's been a difficult season. Hasn't been a terrible season, yet by their standards it has been. It's been very difficult. And it doesn't help that they've come on the road here today and they're going to lose in all likelihood by double digits. Get another look at Yonayama, who comes back into the game, as well as Orayo, number 25. 30. Again, this will be the 35th victory of the season for Chiba Jets. Chiba becoming synonymous with excellence, certainly this season. Jets rhymes with best, I think you could say. They've certainly turned on the Jets today in the second half. Here's Law. And looking for a foul, doesn't get it. And this is the worst possible thing that you could see. At the end of the game, a player getting injured when the game is effectively over, and he was trying to keep Mooney out of the lane, and Endo appears to have injured his right knee. And Norio Sasa is going to come out, and all the coaches. And that is unfortunate. He's able to put a little bit of weight on it, so that's good news. So timeout on the court. So again, just looking at the playoff picture, you've got Chiba Jets on top in the East at 34-4, soon to be 35-4, followed by Alvark Tokyo at 30-8. And I can't see Gunma Crane Thunders, Akito, or UTSUNOMIYA catching Alvark Tokyo. You've got Kawasaki Brave Thunders and Yokohama BC Corsairs and first and second in the Central, 23-15 in both of those teams. And Shinshu at 18-20, so that's not a team that you would have to overcome if you're UTSUNOMIYA. And in the West, you've got Shimane at 31-7, and Ryuka Golden Kings at 29-9, occupying the top two spots. Hiroshima at 28-10, and Nagoya Diamond Dolphins at 27-11 are the two teams right now that would get into the playoffs if the season ended today that are not in the top two. So I think John Patrick is right. Just dribble out as much clock as possible, and let's get out of here before anybody else gets injured. Now they're going to get a turnover, and Scott's going to go down for the dunk. Want to play all 40 minutes, tough, but you also definitely don't want to have an injury in a blowout loss. 16-point difference. They'll have to put it up one more time. Ogawa has it. Steps back and short. That would have been his third three. Yajima. Araya and strokes the three-pointer. That makes it look a little bit better. 13-point defeat. And Chiba Jets, they're used to this, raising their arms in celebration. Another win. 35th of the season for John Patrick's team. I don't think there's any doubt about it. John Patrick, you'd be hard-pressed to find a coach that has transformed a team and kind of showed the way that you've got to play if you're going to be successful. The defense, he's got talent. There's no doubt. He's got some great players, but he gets a lot out of everybody in that team, not just his stars, as the teams go and shake hands. You know, the question is, will they be able to replicate this form, this dominance, once they do get to the postseason, which still is some time away. You just don't want to have any injuries before then. But when you're winning the way this Chiba Jets team is, there's nothing better. I mean, you want to come to practice. You want to be with your teammates. You want to do your interviews. you want to hang out with everybody associated with the club because it all brings good vibes. And for Chiba Jets, it's all good right now as they take a bow. Remember trying to get that title back that last year was won by UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Chiba Jets won it in 2021. There will be tough games that they will have to win again this season, clearly, if they're gonna make it to the top. They're gonna win the title, but right now this is a team that is looking formidable. So we're gonna go down to the court and listen and see what this Chiba Jets team has to say after that convincing win. So John Patrick's going to come up and offer some thoughts. I'm not sure if he's going to do it in Japanese or English.
ありがとうございます。
まずこの記録を達成されて今の思いいかがでしょうか。
そうですね、このチームをとても誇りに思います。
ギャビン・エドワーズ選手が怪我で不在の中で本当に今日はベンチメンバーを含めて全員でよく戦いましたね。
そうです。ルーキーたちも頑張って、ベテランたちもディフェンスでもオフェンスでも言葉出ないんですけど、とても誇りに思います。
宇都宮が天皇杯セミファイナルで戦った時以上にディフェンスゴール下ハードに戦ってきました。選手たちにはどんなことを強調してゲームに入ったんでしょうか。
そうですね、ギャビンがいない、うちのエンフォーサーがいないですので、みんながステップアップして、110% のパワーでディフェンスやってました。
さあこのリーグ再開の試合、そして週末にもタイトルのかかった大事な試合が続きます。天皇杯の決勝に向けても意気込みをお願いします。
そうですね、今日勝ってたのは素晴らしいことですけど、すぐ今日の試合を忘れて一つの大きな目標、日曜日の天皇杯のファイナルに集中して頑張りたいと思います。
おめでとうございました。続いて背番号34番クリストファー・スミス選手です。
Well, John Patrick saying he's proud of this 21 consecutive wins. Some new players and others had great plays today. Just wants to tell the players to keep improving on defense and concentrate until the end.
Yes, it's always good, an extra birthday gift for myself and I'm sure everybody. So glad we got the win.
そうですね、自分にとってもプレゼントにもなったし、皆さんにとっても大きなプレゼントになったかなと思います。
今日はエドワーズ選手がいない中でディフェンスでは大きな相手につく時間もありました。大変だったんじゃないですか。
we've been tested all year. We dealt with adversity with, people getting hurt, people missing. So I felt like as a team, we're ready for it.
そうですね、1シーズン通してそういう逆境に立ち向かうことがたくさんあったので、常に準備していたと思います。
スミス選手からも次のタイトルのかかったゲームに向けての意気込みをお願いします。
Just, expecting and hoping you guys come out and support and we get to repeat what we did tonight.
そうですね、皆さんも応援に来ていただいて、今日やったことをしっかり日曜日でもやれるように頑張りたいと思います。
おめでとうございました。
So I should say also when he was talking about John Patrick keeping that concentration all the way to the finals Sunday, of course, that's when the Emperor's Trophy final will be played and a chance for Chiba Jets to get that first big trophy of the season.
最高でした。
後半は本当に大事なところでのスリーポイントを決めました。チーム全員で掴み取ったこの21連勝いかがでしょうか。
そうですね、本当に全員揃って21連勝できたらよかったんですけど、みんながいない中でみんな助け合ってこの新記録を更新できて本当に良かったと思います。
今日はエドワーズ選手がいない中で途中で西村選手も少し怪我をしてしまいました。そういった中で小川選手ですとか非常に若手が躍動しましたよね。どのようにご覧になってましたか。
そうですね、本当若くて最近入ったばっかなんですけど、練習中だから練習終わってからなんかめちゃくちゃ悔しそうにしてたりとか、そういうのを見てきてやっぱりそういう気持ちで試合に臨んでいるのでああやって活躍できるのかなと思います。
さあ日曜日には有明コロシアムで返り咲くための天皇杯の決勝琉球戦が待っています。琉球戦に向けて抱負をお願いします。
そうですね、琉球さんも本当に。
Well, also Shudahara talking about how thrilled he is to be on this team that's won 21 straight games, which is a new record.
勝利インタビューでした。
ありがとうございました。それでは続いて今日活躍した選手、印象に残った選手に贈られる家具アウトレットのメガマックスプレゼンツジャンボ勲章の発表です。今日は前半連続3に後半ブロックショットもありました背番号3番小川麻人選手です。
Here's Agawa. He had that great moment at the end of the first half. The steal, the 2 3-pointers really helped this team.
今、怪我人も多くて、自分もプレータイムは少ないと思っていて、その限られた時間でどれだけ結果を残すかっていうのを意識して。
Talking about the Emperor's Cup trophy on next Sunday, Shudahara was talking about how it's going to be a tough game with Ryukyu Golden Kings, but they're going to go out and really fight to get that trophy.
ちょっとたまたま3が入ったかなっていう感じです。
ただ後半のブロック本当に素晴らしくて船りがめちゃくちゃ湧いたと思うんですが、あの辺りはいかがでしたか。
いやもう残り時間も少なかったのでとりあえず思い切って飛びました。
素晴らしかったと思います。そして小川選手はもう大学入学と同時にちょっとコロナの制限を受ける中で長い間制限がある生活だと思うんですが、今回のこの声出し応援解禁ということでこの満員の船橋アリーナの声援を聞いた感想というのをぜひ教えてください。
いや加入したばかりの時もすごい声援だなっていうのを感じてたんですけど、声出し OK になってからまたさらになんかすごい迫力がありました。
ありがとうございます。それでは最後に今週末天皇杯ファイナルに向けて一言メッセージをお願いします。
目標でもある天皇杯も優勝できるように頑張りますので応援よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。それでは小川選手にはジャンボ君クッションにサインを。
Agawa said with the little game time, he tried to do his best. He was happy to come up and get a steal and make his 3-pointers. It was all hands on deck.
さあ今サインが入りました。ありがとうございます。今一度今日のジャンボ勲章背番号3番小川麻人選手に大きな拍手をお送りください。それでは最後にいきましょう。勝利のジェッツ締め、今日から皆さんも声を出せるということでブースターの皆さんも思いっきりお願いいたします。そして今日は金太郎ホームプレゼンツということでスペシャルバージョン。
CHIBA Jets really have piled on the misery for UTSUNOMIYA BREX, beating them in the semifinals of the Emperor's Cup, 77-65. And of course, Ryukyu Golden Kings is going to be a really big task, and that'll take some of the steam out of this team if they're not able to win that game. So that's a very important game for CHIBA Jets. So Gawa, I'm not sure what he's being asked to do here. Okay, so I think he's starting the celebration for the win. There's Smith. Had a big game today, had a big game when they met in the Emperor's Cup. Of course, all of these players did. They all did well, and it's just all happening right now for CHIBA. They'd like to finish, again, with as many trophies as possible to make this a memorable season here at the Funabashi Arena. Right now, though, they've won for the 35th time, and they will celebrate this win tonight. And I dare say that the coaches will go back and they will prepare for the big game coming up this weekend. Their next regular season game is going to be March 15th against Hokkaido. But before that, they've got a date with the Ryukyu Golden Kings. And as they do, they are making their lap of honor. Here's a look back at the action from today in the Funabashi Arena. There were some BREX fans here hoping their team would get the upset, but the team in red had a lot more supporters on their home floor, and they made the most of it, storming to a big win in the fourth quarter. It was a valiant effort from the defending champions, BREX, but you look back at some of the numbers. Tagashi with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists, almost with a double-double. Just needed one more point. Didn't shoot it particularly well, just 3 of 11 from the floor. 3 of 10 from three-point range. Law had 17 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of steals. Shudahara was outstanding, 14 points on 5 of 10 shooting from the floor. He was 2 of 4 from deep. And he also had 4 assists and a couple of rebounds. Mooney was valuable as always, 8 points, although just 3 of 7 from the floor. He had 4 rebounds and a block. It's all about the win for him. Sato came out, also contributed 8 points. He was 2 of 4 from deep. And Agawa, who got to lead the cheer there right at the end, 6 points for him, 3 assists. He had a steal. He also had a block. Nishimura, we hope that he's going to be okay. He left in the first half with a knee injury, only played just under 2 minutes. And, Arayo came out, played 7 minutes. And Chris Smith, obviously really big today, 17 points, 6 rebounds, a couple of assists. Offered his physical defense. And Yonoyama, the youngster, just under 14 minutes today, did well. Scored on that nice drive on the baseline. Clearly has some maturing to do in his game, but he is going to be good if he keeps working hard. And for the BREX today, we talked about their deficiencies or their issues that they had today. They turned it over 13 times, but most of that was in the first half. They tidied things up in the second half. But their free throw woes were a problem, just 10 of 15. Now, when you think about missing the free throws and turning it over, which is what a lot of teams do against CHIBA, you get punished. CHIBA Jets scored 15 points off turnovers today, and compare that. Well, they did score 11 themselves off turnovers, but if you can eradicate some of that, you give yourselves a much better chance of winning the basketball game. $15 points for Josh Scott, 6 of 9 from the floor. He also had 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points for Hiyajima. All of those in the second half, 10 apiece for Ikaruga and Grady Jarrett. And you had Fotu coming out and playing well, especially second quarter and second half. He had 7 points, 4 rebounds. And Hara, again, was just really tough today. I mean, if he brings his offensive game and has some success, it just makes it awfully difficult. Because you know with Smith and you know with Tagashi and you know with Mooney typically and Law, you're going to get a lot of production. Also Gavin Edwards when he's in the lineup. And when Shuto Hara is also turning on all the cylinders, then it becomes really difficult. So Christopher Smith, remember he had the 4-point play. He was 3 of 7 from 3-point range. And Hara, who again was 2 of 4 from deep, that was one of them right there. Give some credit to Endo. He came out and battled. 2 of 7 from deep. Ikaruga was 2 of 2. Jarrett ended up 2 of 6 from deep. But from a rebounding standpoint, they gave away a lot of offensive boards. 11 of the 33 rebounds for Chiba Jets came on the offensive glass. And they got some second chance points, fast break points. They had a good production from their bench today, led by as many as 18 points before winning by 13. So again, the free throw numbers, Chiba Jets ended up missing 6 themselves. So that's probably an area, if you want to pick holes into their performance, that they need to do a little bit better. And again, Chiba Jets, they turned it over 8 times compared to the 13 from UTSUNOMIYA BREX, but they only had 1 turnover in the first half when they kind of really established hegemony. Again, the bench points, 25 for Chiba Jets, 14 for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. Saw the field goal shooting. And Law had a game high 17 for the winners. In fact, so did Chris Smith. We'll put Law up there. He had 6 rebounds for Smith. So that led the way. And Tagashi with the 11 assists, 3 assists for Hijima. And you saw that Scott led the way in terms of points and rebounds for UTSUNOMIYA BREX. So look at some of the schedule coming up. And again, March 15th, that date there for Chiba Jets. We talked about next time they'll be on the floor. Brex also will be on March 15th. But again, a very big day as well for the Chiba Jets coming up in the Emperor's Cup against the Ryukyu Golden Kings. And that's what their attention will be on as they head to the locker room. Well, they'll be perhaps over dinner. They'll start talking about the Emperor's Cup. So you've been watching the B-League, folks. Another big win for Chiba Jets. 35th of the campaign in the regular season and 21st in a row. They are on a roll, a record 21 consecutive wins for the Chiba Jets. Thanks for watching, everybody.